Hey, what's going on? Dr. Taylor, Aspire Chiropractic. Today, I want to talk to you about TMJ. Haha, it rhymed. Temporomandibular joint, aka jaw pain. Fun fact, PX, abbreviation for pain. So, I should start I should start a series. It's not what you think it is, okay? So, let's go over the traditional TMJ, the traditional jaw pain. What is it? Normally you got pain like right here, like kind of just anterior, just forward of the ear, right underneath a bone there called your zygomatic arch, or just pain right here. You have clicking when you pop, you feel like it gets locked. So let's take a peek at this thing. So what we're gonna draw here, this is the zygomatic arch. It's a part of your face. And then we've got underneath it, we've got our jaw. Connects up like that. It's got this little knuckle going on there. Boom. See? Totally. It's a jaw, right? Now, first things first. Let's talk about the muscles we got happening here. There are two main muscles. Actually, there's one main muscle and one secondary. There's this big, gigantic one attaches right up here above the zygomatic arch, tucks right underneath it, and connects down here in the jaw. It's called your masseter. This is it might be the strongest muscle in your body. Definitely the strongest muscle in your face. This is the thing that closes the mouth, okay? Let's put the rest of this out here so you know what the hell we're talking about. Nose, boom. Okay, see? Smiling. So that muscle there, if we get knots or trigger points in it, if we get issues with that, you're gonna feel it in there. Just kind of run your finger along it. You'll be able to feel all these little knots and stuff that are popping up, just like the ones you get in your shoulder blade or something like that. Now, what I wanna do, I wanna take this stuff away here, so we're looking at where the jaw sits. Goes in like that. So when you open your mouth, this thing sits in a bit of a recess here, and there's this little blobby, tissuey, let's call it like a meniscus. It's like the meniscus of your face. The meniscus is that thing in your knee that everyone screws up all the time. So when you open your mouth, let's go like this here. So there's our mouth closed. When you open your mouth, this here moves forward, right? So it's not just, it doesn't go from that to that, even though that's kind of how I drew it. So let's go like this here. So this whole thing will move forward. It slides in this direction, right? So if we go, let me do this here. Let me get a better drawing for it. Get the masseter out of the way. Because what do we want? We want like a before and after. So here's TMJ joint number one, temporal. Also, TMJ isn't a disease. It's not an issue. It's not a dysfunction. It's literally an abbreviation for a joint. Temporomandibular joint. The issue is the disorder, okay? So here's TMJ number one. Here's TMJ number two. So this is going to be closed. This is going to be open. So we've got the ramus of the jaw, this part here, sitting like that. And we've got the meniscus of our face in there like that. Let's draw this one in here while we're at it. So remember, this is closed. So I'll go bop, bop. There's all our teeth. This is open. Now the biggest difference here, obviously, is the location. So this is what I meant when I said this thing rotates forward, right? So it goes like that. Kind of looks like a sock. So as we open, nope. Top part of the jaw doesn't move. That looks like we're just looking down. There we go. Now it's open. So when we open, this here moves forward. And this meniscus, if you will, gets deformed intentionally by design. It's supposed to happen. There's going to be a little bulge out here and then kind of like moves back. Think of like a water balloon or something, trying to hold a water balloon. It moves back like that. But we can get issues with this tissue. That was unintentional in here. That thing can get inflamed. This bulge, if you will, can block this thing from going backwards. This will be that clicking or something like that. Now, if we take this thing, keep this in mind, if we take this thing and we're gonna have you open wide and we're gonna look right at your face when you're doing it. There we go. So we're looking at the teeth here, like that. This is you with the mouth closed. Goes up like so, and attaches right in there. Now, if we're taking a look at this thing with you open, now it's going to be more like that, right? But what will happen is if we go back to those masseters, those big strong muscles here and here, if we've got an issue, if we've got a trigger point or dysfunction there in that muscle, when this mouth goes to open up, that muscle won't stretch as much as that one does. So all of a sudden this thing will be opening crooked like that. So again, remember, here are our teeth, here are our teeth. So you'll literally see somebody in the assessment kind of go, aha, almost like a cow chewing its cud, something like that. That was an interesting example in and of itself. So how do we fix this? A couple of different things. Number one, we go back here like that. This is the bottom jaw, right? Here's the top one. We get rid of the trigger points and the dysfunction in the masseter muscle, in this big one right here. There's another one. If we go up further, just go here like this, redraw. So there's our jaw, here's our ear, top like that. Boom, there. So we've got our masseter here. We've also got this huge fan-shaped muscle up above our ear, which sends a tendon down there called your temporalis. So poking around right above here. You see people like doing this when they got headaches. Part of that, this is why headaches, jaw clenching, all this stuff goes together. Now, lastly, the unsung hero of TMJ pain, temporomandibular joint disorder, is the neck. So here's the base of our skull. There's our jaw coming down, going up like that. Boom, cool. Face, nose, eye hole, not the a-hole, the eye hole. You're following along with your alphabet. We've got the very top bone in our neck, and then we've got the second bone in our neck. Third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh, and going on down there. These are not to scale, but we've got our muscles here. There's the masseter. Up here, the temporalis. What happens when we open, right? This stuff still has to be stabilized. Right? Shoving that steak in your mouth with the 59-cent corn dogs at Sonic. And we've got these tiny little muscles here and these tiny muscles here. We're going to focus on C1 and C2. Because when you open, there's a bit of extension that goes on in the head and neck that comes from the top two bones in the spine. Now, if we've got dysfunction or deformation or issues in the neck, and when the biomechanics of the neck are not working properly, if we've got 7 bones here, but they're only moving like there's 5 of them, that's going to cause jaw issues. There's going to be relation, there's going to be correlation in the way the jaw works based on the mobility in the neck, specifically the joint between the skull and C1 and C1 and C2. So if we've got dysfunction there, then the head can't move right for you to insert food into your face. So you're going to have to compensate by movement of the neck and potentially stretching your face open wider. Maybe you should just take smaller bites, which will put more stress on the jaw, which will cause TMJ disorder, which will come in. We'll assess the muscles in the cheek here. We'll assess the muscles up here in the temporalis. And then we will certainly assess the muscles in the spine. So we can see how the jaw is tracking. We can see what the muscles are doing. We can see what the mechanics are of the entire upper third of your body because you came in here with TMJ. Because very seldom is TMJ a one and done thing. Aside from a car accident and an airbag hitting you in the face, or a physical accident and a fist hitting you in the face, TMJ is more often related. It's a symptom of something greater, a symptom of issues going on in the neck, a symptom of talking too much, a symptom of sleeping on your stomach. Because what happens? lay down like that, pillow here, slams the jaw over to the side. And what do? You come in, you say, I've got TMJ. Heck, you don't come in here. You go to the dentist. You got TMJ. What do? They give you a mouth guard. Why do they give you a mouth guard? Because they said you have TMJ and they assessed the joint, and the joint itself was indeed dysfunctional. But it wasn't dysfunctional on its own. It was dysfunctional as a part of a much bigger problem. Never does anyone come in here in the absence of accident and injury and just have an issue that popped up all on its own. I shouldn't say never, but ever so rarely. Because these things are always, they work in tandem. This whole body is just this is a skin-covered meat sack that all works together, right? So it's never one person's fault. So TMJ, check the muscles in your jaw. Work on those trigger points. Check the muscles above your ear. Have somebody assess your spine, assess how your mouth opens and how your face works. Make sure that that they know that you weren't hit in the face or anything like that. And get this whole picture looked at. I mean, heck, if we want to get into it, if you got stuff going on in the upper chest, we've got plenty of muscles that come right down through here. But this video's gotten long enough already. But if these get tied up, that's going to pull that neck forward. That's going to cause issues in the jaw right there also. And then they're going to fit you with a mouth guard that you're going to wear half the time, and then you're going to wonder why the mouth guard didn't work. One, because you didn't wear it enough. Two, because you were fixing the wrong thing. You were fixing a problem further down the road than the problem that actually caused the problem that you currently have and are experiencing. But I digress. The reason I do that, though, is because when someone comes in here, we check the whole person. Because the whole person is experiencing the issue that's currently bringing them pain, disease, or discomfort. So anytime you walk through that door, we're ready to help you when you're ready to be your best. Right here at Aspire Chiropractic, naturally.